Hello, welcome back to Movies. Today, we're diving into the 2020 animated action movie known as Sonic the Hedgehog. But before we jump into the details, make sure to show us some love by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Now let's get right into it. The movie begins on a beautiful island with trees, waterfalls, and loops. We see a young Sonic running around the island every day, using his special powers, even though he was not allowed to use them because his guardian told him to keep them secret. When Sonic returned to his treehouse, he found his guardian, Longclaw the Owl, resting. Playfully, he nudged her to wake her up. Longclaw warned Sonic that his special powers might have been noticed, and this can be dangerous. After listening to her, Sonic lovingly gave her a sunflower. During this, something seemed wrong. They are ambushed by a tribe known as the Echidna Archers, and Longclaw desperately flies away with Sonic. However, one of the Echidnas successfully strikes Longclaw with an arrow, causing her to fall to the ground with Sonic still clinging to her. Longclaw is injured and she finds a safe place to stop and take Sonic. There, Longclaw retrieves a ring from her bag and opens a portal to Earth, an unfamiliar world. Longclaw explains to Sonic that he must move to this new world through the portal to protect himself. She also gives him a small bag containing other rings, which will allow Sonic to move to different planets through similar portals when needed. Longclaw instructs Sonic to flee to a planet where he will be safe. Then Sonic rushes through the portal, but Longclaw stays behind to hold off the approaching Echidnas. Seeing Longclaw in danger, Sonic desperately tries to return and save her, but the portal closes. The scene shifted 10 years later. Sonic has adapted the life on Earth and is living his secret life in Green Hill, Montana. Later, we see Tom Wachowski, the local police officer of Green Hill, Montana, find himself sitting bored in an empty speed trap, waiting for cars to pass by. Sonic playfully messes with him by racing past, and Tom's radar gun shows incredible speeds. While in the area, Tom discovers one of Sonic's distinctive blue quills lying in the tall grass. He picks it up and decides to bring it with him. However, his duties as a police officer call him away as his deputy, Wade, informs him of some problems that need his attention. Later, Sonic saves a turtle from being hit by an oncoming car and takes the happy animal on a ride. He then leaves the turtle and returns to his underground cave, which he has converted into a house. Sonic enjoys occupying himself with abandoned stuff, and he feels secure there since he doesn't want to be discovered. Then we see Sonic frequenting the town every day and secretly observing the people. His favorites are Tom, whom he affectionately calls Donut Lord, and Tom's wife, Maddie, whom he nicknames Pretzel Lady due to her yoga flexibility. Sonic also enjoys messing with the eccentric Crazy Carl, the only person in town who actually knows about him and is constantly trying in vain to catch him. Sonic, while building close bonds with Tom and Maddie from afar. Sonic loves living his life in Green Hill City, but he feels alone. After returning to his cave, he muses on his life and the friends he's made, despite the fact that they don't know him as he actually is. One night, Tom receives the long-awaited letter of acceptance into the San Francisco Police Department from Maddie. The couple discusses the challenging decision to move away from Green Hills. The next day, Sonic watched the local youth baseball playoffs. Later that night, Sonic goes to the vacant baseball field and plays by himself, using his incredible speed to assume all the roles of the players. He manages to make a perfect play and feels joyous. However, when he looks around and realizes that there's no one there to cheer him up, he's overwhelmed by a deep sense of loneliness. In his despair, he tries to work off the pain by running frantically around the field. During this run, the energy emitting from Sonic's body generates a massive electromagnetic pulse that knocks out power across the entire Pacific Northwest, leaving the entire town in darkness. In the panic that follows the power outage, Tom receives instructions from the department but ends the call abruptly when he notices the glowing electric blue quill he had found earlier. News of the blackout event quickly reaches the Pentagon, and the confused Department of Defense seeks the assistance of Dr. Robotnik, a mad scientist. Together with his partner, Agent Stone, they determine the cause of the power outage. They take charge of the military detachment stationed near the baseball field. Robotnik deploys his high-tech, egg-shaped flying drones into the forest. There, they discover one of Sonic's footprints, which puzzles them because it doesn't belong to a human being or to anything native to Earth. The mystery deepens. Because of all of this, Sonic becomes aware of the US military and their drones searching for him all around. He senses it's time to move to a different place through one of the rings. He rushes back to his cave house, packs his essential belongings, and grabs the bag of rings. Just as he's about to use one of the rings to open a new portal, the troops and drones draw near to his cave. Sonic flees to avoid them, bidding a sentimental farewell to his cave house. Meanwhile, Tom is speaking on the phone with Maddie, who has flown to San Francisco to visit her sister Rachel and niece Jojo. Tom informs Maddie about the blackout that has occurred in Green Hill. Meanwhile, we see Sonic run to Tom's garage, believing it would be a safer place. However, when he enters the garage, he ends up making too much noise, catching the attention of Tom, who believes a raccoon has invaded his house. Tom takes a tranquilizer gun and goes out to investigate the garage. Inside the garage, Sonic is preparing to use his ring, but just before he can, Tom bursts in and sees him. Both of them scream and get scared after seeing each other, and Tom fires the tranquilizer gun into Sonic's leg, weakening him. Sonic glimpses and says the word San Francisco on Tom's t-shirt as he drops his ring. A portal is opened above the actual building itself. Sonic accidentally drops the bag of rings into the portal, and the bag lands on the roof of the Transamerica Pyramid. The portal hastily closes as Sonic passes out. Later, Tom brings Sonic inside and places him in a dog cage. He examines Sonic and later awakens, finally meeting Tom face to face. Meanwhile, Dr. Robotnik arrives at Tom's house, following the trail Sonic left behind. Distrusting the scientist's true intentions, Tom hides Sonic in the attic and prevents Robotnik from entering the residence. Robotnik activates his drones to scan the house while he distracts Tom. Sonic disguises himself as a ball as the drones search the place, but he soon realizes it's not a good idea and tries to roll out of his hiding spot. In doing so, he falls down the stairs and crashes into the kitchen counter, making a loud noise that alerts Robotnik. With his suspicions practically confirmed, Robotnik breaks into the house. However, all he finds is a raccoon eating a cake, making him think he might have been mistaken. Robotnik turns to leave, but then sees a blue quill in the trash, which confirms his suspicions that a strange creature is indeed in the house. The doctor calls one of his artillery drones and threatens to take Tom's life if he doesn't deliver the hidden creature. Fearing for Tom's safety, Sonic comes out of hiding to face Robotnik. As soon as Robotnik sees the blue hedgehog, he becomes very scared and lets his guard down. Tom takes advantage of the moment and punches Robotnik in the face, causing him to instantly pass out. The drone starts shooting at the two, but Sonic manages to jump on top of the device, slowing it down and giving Tom the chance to break it with a powerful blow. Amidst all the confusion, Tom seizes the opportunity to escape. Agent Stone arrives to check on Robotnik, who berates Stone for not trying to stop the fugitives and instructs him to retrieve the blue quill. In the car, Sonic tells Tom he needs to get to San Francisco to retrieve his lost rings. Initially, Tom tells Sonic to go by himself, but Sonic doesn't know where San Francisco is. Sonic blames Tom for his situation and insists he can't accomplish his goal alone. Reluctantly, Tom agrees to take Sonic with him to San Francisco. During their journey, Sonic treats it like a fun road trip and admires the attractions they come across. That night, they stop in a town section, and Tom calls Wade from a payphone, learning that Robotnik and his agents are searching for him. Robotnik warns Tom that he's coming for him. Meanwhile, Sonic becomes excited about a biker bar, but eventually gives in and goes in. Sonic persuades Tom to stay and have fun with him. They compile a bucket list of things to do on Earth, but Sonic becomes sad, knowing he has to leave soon. Tom encourages Sonic to enjoy as much as he can right where they are. In a bar fight, Sonic uses his speed to set up pranks and traps to end the fight, all in the blink of an eye. They escape the bar, spend the night in a motel, and talk about Sonic's home planet. Tom tucks Sonic in, noticing that making a real friend is on Sonic's bucket list. The next morning, Robotnik and Stone interrogate the bar patrons, learning that Tom and Sonic are heading to San Francisco. Robotnik sends a battle machine called Mayhem to chase them on the road. Sonic asks Tom about his own bucket list, and Tom shares his dream of becoming a San Francisco street cop. Sonic is puzzled by Tom's desire to leave his perfect town and the people he cares about. While they were talking in the car, a harpoon shoots between them and hits the dashboard of Tom's car. Sonic counters the attack by turning into a ball and hitting Robotnik's tank head-on. Robotnik deploys his next robot, which is the size of a fly, and it manages to slice through the car's roof with a laser beam. This robot is lethal but fragile, and Sonic breaks it easily. However, it turns out to be a trap, and the device is an adhesive bomb that's nearly impossible to remove. After struggling to release the explosive from his hand for some time, Sonic finally succeeds, but he doesn't get away in time and is hit by the explosion, resulting in serious injuries to Sonic. Tom checks on Sonic to find that he's still breathing, and he realizes that Sonic is alive. Meanwhile, Robotnik is angry but notices that the quill in Stone's pocket is glowing with blue electric light. After reaching San Francisco, Tom rushes to Maddie's house, but Rachel, who has seen news reports about him, refuses to let him in. Maddie's niece Jojo and their dog Ozzy greet Tom. As Rachel and Maddie argue, Ozzy pulls away the towel in which Tom has wrapped Sonic, revealing him. Rachel faints upon seeing Sonic, and Maddie and Jojo stare in shock. Back in San Francisco, Robotnik analyzes the quill's energy while dancing to a tune. The analysis reveals that the quill contains unlimited energy that could supercharge Robotnik's machines. Maddie and Tom attend to the injured Sonic. Maddie uses smelling salts to awaken him, and Sonic greets her with enthusiasm. Tom explains their adventures together and Sonic's quest to reach the Transamerica Pyramid. Jojo gives Sonic a new pair of red shoes, and Sonic also meets Ozzy, their dog. After that, Tom, Maddie, and Sonic travel to the Transamerica Pyramid to retrieve Sonic's rings. There, Sonic finds his bag of rings and an emotional goodbye happens between Sonic and Tom. However, Dr. Robotnik arrives on his ship to stop Sonic from leaving, putting the humans at risk. Sonic comes up with the idea of pushing them off the top of the building, and as they fall, he starts moving so fast that everything around him seems to be in slow motion. Using his super speed, Sonic repels the drone's missiles and destroys them one by one. However, Dr. Robotnik's ship is powered by the blue hedgehog's quill. He manages to move at the same speed and shoots Sonic, knocking him out of the building. Sonic throws a ring so Tom and Maddie can fall inside a barn in Green Hill, but Sonic falls along with the destroyed drones. Despite the fall from a great height, Sonic escapes unharmed and tries to flee. Realizing he won't be able to run away, Sonic starts using the rings to open portals to various parts of the world. However, Robotnik manages to follow him through the portals. They end up in the middle of the Sahara Desert, where Sonic takes advantage of the sand to create a massive dust storm, causing Robotnik to lose sight of him. Sonic then capitalizes on the doctor's momentary blindness, climbs the Pyramid of Giza, and opens a portal to Green Hills from the top. However, as Sonic stops running, the sand begins to subside, and Robotnik hits Sonic with a missile as he passes through the ring, causing Sonic to fall into the street of Green Hill, unconscious. Tom finds the bag with the rings and decides to confront Robotnik. He opens a portal behind Robotnik's ship and lands a powerful punch on Robotnik. The two engage in a physical fight, but Robotnik manages to take down Tom, who gets injured in the fall and is unable to continue fighting. At that moment, Sonic wakes up and becomes furious, realizing that he has hurt his friend Tom. He enters his full fury mode and uses his electromagnetic powers to damage the ship, removing the power from its quill. Robotnik starts shooting missiles at Sonic, but Sonic manages to dodge them with ease and lands several blows on the ship. Tom seizes the opportunity to open a portal behind Robotnik, and Sonic immediately understands the plan. He lands a hit that sends Robotnik and his ship straight to the Mushroom Planet, with Robotnik finally defeated. Then Tom and Sonic reunite, and Tom gives Sonic back his rings. Tom decides not to leave Green Hills, and Sonic follows them as they go about their lives. The next day, while Tom and Maddie are fixing up their house, a Pentagon official thanks Tom for defeating Robotnik and erases all records of Robotnik's existence. They tell the official that Sonic has left to spare him any attention. Afterward, Sonic asks if they want to see a movie, but Maddie tells him it's time to go back to his cave. When Sonic tries to leave, they reveal a new room for him with all his belongings. Overjoyed, Sonic thanks them and they welcome him home. Meanwhile, on the Mushroom Planet, Robotnik has lost his sanity. He shaves himself bald and his mustache looks zany. He talks to a rock resembling Agent Stone, reflecting on his situation and his plans to return home. In a mid-credit scene, a ring portal opens in a forested area, and a young fox with two tails emerges. He uses a handheld device to detect Sonic's energy levels and hopes to find him. The young fox takes off, flying into the vast forest, and the movie ends here. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this recap, and subscribe to stay updated for the next one. Until next time.